Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Stonekeep. When last we left off, we have explored this half of this level of the Palace of Shadows. The Palace of Shadows is a very long level indeed. It's not Kamulon levels of long, but it's pretty long. There are two things to note before we move on. Firstly, this rune scepter that we recently acquired does not in fact have 99 maximum mana, but 120. That is the reason why if you cast some spells while it's at full charge, the number does not go down from 99 immediately. But the game cannot show a number higher than 99 in the inventory. It's why we have more than 99 skulls, and yet we can only actually see 99 skulls there. The second thing is something that I completely forgot, and that is that Drake can have more than one ring on any hand. He can actually have two. So we're going to find a poison resistance ring and equip that on the other hand, as well as putting that defensive ring there. That just goes to show that you can get all the way through this game without knowing that. That is how effective our equipment is. But we could always do with a little bit more defense and a little bit more poison resistance. This small corridor here has two enemies in it, much like this small corridor does. And much like that small corridor we were previously in, there's no good way to fight these foes. So we're not going to. We're just going to walk past them, pretend they're not here, and let them just stand there. Forever. Let us move on into this corridor, and face a very dangerous foe indeed. That foe is the floating skull. The floating skulls in the reflection are exceptionally difficult, because they take a lot of damage. We haven't found one yet. We have found this though. Where are you? You are right there. They're also very difficult to see. You need to be paying attention to spot them. Their glowing eyes when they're going to cast a spell give them away, but otherwise they can definitely catch you by surprise. Where is the second one? I believe you are over... There you are! Hello! There is also the whooshing sound that you hear when they decide to descend from the ceiling. Carefully does it. We want to stay far away from you, and you do hit us quite hard. You also lower our strength briefly, which is unfortunate. Any foes here? I believe there is another one somewhere. We just need to figure out where. There you are! It's a good idea to get rid of all of them, because if you don't, one of them will sneak up on you. And considering the fact that you can barely see them, they will sneak up on you. This is not the first time it's happened, and it definitely won't be the last. You're still there. It's also difficult to tell when they're dead. You have to wait for that music cue to tell you, hey, everybody's gone, for you to then move on. And I still don't know how to get into this central area. There's definitely a way to do so. Haven't quite figured it out yet. Let's go this way, if only to fill the map in, and also to make sure that there aren't any enemies that will try and kill us. And there are no enemies that will try and kill us. That is handy. Off to the south we go now. We know the kind of enemies that we're going to be facing. We're predominantly going to be facing a lot of the floating skulls, and there are no enemies in here, which is quite handy. But there are enemies here, like that skull there. And they can fire through these doors. I didn't think they could. They actually can. Let's just get a better angle. There we go. Eventually we will best you. It's just going to take a couple more throws of this axe. As you can see there, we were just hit by that. We really don't want to be hit by that. We want you to move up. Excellent. Some more healing. That will certainly help. And you are gone. But you are far from the last one of them in here. Case in point, there's one right there. And we are really low on health. It is time to use some of this healing. After all, there's no point having all of these healing items if you die with them in your inventory. They'll only help somebody else who is far more sensible than you. We need to definitely hit you, and we need to keep our distance as well, because if we don't, we'll get hit in melee, and the melee attacks are actually more dangerous than the ranged attacks. Where is the next one? There are a lot of these enemies here. There isn't one there. There's one there, though. We can see that one. You also can't see these enemies on the Orb of Afri, even when they have appeared. We need to be careful here, mainly because of the fact that there may be an enemy further down the corridor that's going to try and hit us. Let's use the safety of this door to kill you. We are quite weak. We only have 23 health right now. We need to use some magic. We are running out of magic right now, but we still have a little. Let's use this one, shall we? We'll just use the healing magic that is here. There is no healing magic on this. I used the Understand Languages rune. Oops, we don't need that. That rune was all but useless. Let's just have that one instead. Much better. We'll make sure that our health is at least on par with the others. There we go. We have 80, and Enigma has 91, and Sparkle has 101. That's about as good as we're going to get right now. Any more foes in here? There definitely are. It's just a question of finding them. When you can't see them so clearly, you have to be so much more cautious. There is another one. There's one. That might not be the only one, though. There might be an... There you are! You blended in quite perfectly there. We also only have 1 health right now. You know what? I think now might be a perfect time to use some serious healing. Where is that? There we go. We have 37 of these, and they're really good at healing us in a pinch. We now have 34 of them. Let us be very careful when it comes to facing these two. And let's not let them get too close. We're about to let them get too close, aren't we? Yes, we are. There are 3 of them in here. No wonder we're having such difficulty. No wonder we're having such difficulty. The advantage of these foes being a shadow of the ones we've encountered on the other side, though, is that we can walk through them. That is beneficial. And they're still not able to get through this door. Let us take care of you. There were 3 of them in there, and they all appeared one at a time before, which meant that we could take care of them quite safely. There's still another one in there, though. And we cannot see this foe using the Orb of Afri. They do not appear, for they're not really there. We still have a fair amount to explore down this corridor. We have to get to here, all the way through here. There are some skeletons here, if memory serves, and around here, too. But we can quite safely take care of skeletons. Can we safely take care of this foe, though? There you are, right there, right in front of the door. Let us be very careful when it comes to defeating you. That was a lot of power that just hit us there. And we only have 24 health. I think we've won, however. That was the victory music. And there's no loot. No skulls for us to pick up. No evidence that a foe was even there. However, we were victorious. At certain points on this floor, and in the Powers of Shadows, there'll be an instance where dying will play a cutscene. We haven't got to that point yet. Here is a healing potion, another one, and that's it. I think for the most part the loot is also reflected, which isn't that bad. There's a long corridor ahead of us, and that long corridor is sure to have at least 1 enemy in it. So we're going to do some healing. Quite a lot of healing. We've got more of these good roots, might as well use them. They're really good at healing us up. 2 there, and we'll use a couple of these just to top up our health so that we are back to a rough level playing field. There are going to be some skeletons in here though. If not here, then the next room. Is it the next room? It might very well be. We haven't found any foes for a little while. No foes at all? No foes at all! That is quite handy, although if memory serves, there were enemies in here. Ah well, let's just go this way and defeat the foes here, for we know that there are foes here. There are these skulls that we definitely need to defeat. They're going to zap magic at us, and we're going to fire arrows and magic at them, and eventually we may win. We don't want, however, to step too far away from this area. We don't want to get more of these to appear. To stay in these 3 squares, be very careful, and use all of the power that we have. And keep our distance, because that can happen. Suddenly we are at 39 health. We actually want to get away from you, because you could kill Drake in 1 hit. Where are you? There you are, hello! Magic? You're going to use some magic, maybe? We're not going to let you. And then we're going to throw more axes at you. We're going to axe you to stop. No! No magic from you! Come back this way. Try and hit us if you can. Only we can attack you through here. The rest of the party won't do so. But we can. This place is rather challenging. There's a reason why I went to this side first. This side is the warm-up for the more challenging section, right here. Let us go back in. Let us do some more healing. We'll use this, and then this. That hopefully will be enough, because we're going to go around here, and get another foe to appear. Where are you? There you are! Hello! Would you like to go down this really long corridor? I think you would! Marvellous! Have loads and loads of arrows and magic! Excellent! You were far easier to defeat. Makes me think that the one we fought first was a more challenging one. Hello! Would you like to perish? You apparently would like to close the distance? We don't want you to do that. We're only at 35 health now. We really don't want you to do that. Why don't you come this way and not hit us with magic? That is not good. Fortunately, you are gone. 28 health once more. We're not doing that well on keeping our health total very high. Now imagine, as I said before, the first time I got to here when I didn't have Sparkle. Imagine how much more deadly this whole place was. The answer was very. It was very deadly. We want to face this way and go into here. Excellent. And through to here. Will there be skeletons here, or are they gone? There's only one way to find out, and that is to very cautiously go in. Very cautiously. And be ready to run if we need to. Aha! There they are! 2 skeletons. Fortunately, we can take care of these quite soundly. We just need them to try and hit us for Sparkle and Enigma to use their abilities. There we go. As long as we keep our distance, we should be okay. We are the shadows of skeletons that once were. And yet we are being defeated exactly the same way as the skeletons that actually were. If only Khull-Khuum had given us any ranged capability. Hey, I would throw my sword if it meant that I could defeat you. But no, we can do nothing. And nothing you will do, as we keep backing away from you, and keep using the fact that you are not really here to quite safely move through the square that you're in. Otherwise, it would be very difficult to get away. That was one attack there we really didn't want to have happen. These foes are a lot more challenging. But we will best them eventually. Have at thee! One of you actually managed to get a hit in. That is unfortunate. Fortunately for us, that hit really didn't do that much. Did you try and kick us? I think you did. For that, you will pay. And by pay, I mean we're just going to do exactly the same thing that we're doing right now. We could use fire. I'd like to conserve my healing. Just a little. Eventually, you will perish. Or maybe we will use that fire. You know what? We have some fire left over. We have a little bit of magic. We could use that fire magic. Let's just be very quick about it, though. There we go. Where is this magic? It is there. Let us turn around and unleash Fiery Doom! Excellent. Did it do anything? It may have done, but we're going to switch back to the hammer soon enough. These foes are very tall and quite dangerous. We want to defeat them, because if we go back through here, we don't want to face them on the way back out. That said, we could just run away from them, but we're not going to. One of them is gone. That fire must have been quite effective. Sparkle does not have much health right now. Sparkle has only 40. That is okay, though. That is only one more skeleton left, and knowing my luck, no, this skeleton will not manage to kill Sparkle. Ha-ha! Marvellous. Let us keep moving, shall we? Slowly but surely, we will make it. to the end of this. Oh, hello! One more skeleton, eh? You decided to be very sneaky. Unfortunately for you, there is a problem with the fact that there is only one of you, and that is that you like to stay in the middle of the of this corridor. And that means that we have no problem hitting you. We just need to aim quite centrally, and you will be hit. We also want to make sure that Sparkle does not get hit again, because her health has gone all the way down to 20. That is one hit of being killed, and from a distance, considering that there is a large amount of shadow, it looks like there's only the legs of the skeleton. The skeleton is now gone. There is nothing left of a skeleton now. Haha. Let's keep going, shall we? There is a door. There's probably going to be an enemy here. If memory serves, here is a small corridor and then more corridor. There shouldn't be an enemy in here. There will be an enemy in here, though. We need to save, just in case the worst happens. The worst being that we die. We don't want to die. Let's use a little bit more healing, shall we? We have plenty of magic. We have plenty. Let's just heal up Sparkle here. You are now back to 84 health. That is more than enough health for what we're going to be doing. What are we doing? Killing more skeletons that aren't really here. 2 of them? 3 of them? There they are! Hello! You eventually appeared, and that's good. We could actually use some of the magic that we have. We still have a little. Let's see how effective this is. Let's get it ready. And then, let's turn around. You're a little too close, but you won't be if we turn here. Aha! Have copious amounts of fire! And then we'll turn around and use a little bit more fire. Soften you up a tiny bit. Excellent. I think we're pretty much out of magic in this one. Or are we? The answer is we are now. Let us turn around and get ready the axe, for we need to kill these skeletons. These might be the last skeletons. And that will be a good thing if they are, for we have a whole new area to explore soon enough. Having 2 of them here makes it that little bit harder to aim at them, but we have plenty of resources and plenty of corridor to run through. It is one of the major flaws of Stonekeep, that you can just lead the enemies around like this. It's a lot harder when they are actually corporeal though. These enemies, much easier to do this to, mainly because they're not here. But they are here! Those swords are pretty deadly, as you can see from that damage we just sustained. We probably want to use some more of these roots. After all, they're there for a reason. Excellent. We're back to 74 health. Was that a little bit more healing? I hope so, because we could always do with more of that. Are you gone yet? No, you are not. This way, Mr. Skeleton! Come to the Axe of Doom! It's not actually called the Axe of Doom. I wish it was called the Axe of Doom. It is just called a magical axe. Magic with a K, though. And that makes it even more magical. Have at thee! We have so much ranged combat at our disposal. Ridiculous quantities of it. Imagine going into this armed only with melee. I think your party would just crumble. At this point, they must have known how this works. They must have known, the people making the game, that this is how you would take care of the foes. Also, one of the skeletons is gone. That's good. That means we have only 1 more to best. You. And we'll just go over here, turn around. You're still over there? Good! Those fireballs did a wonderful job of softening you up. Just back up a little bit more. Aha! Let's not let you actually hit us, and you hit us. We lost nearly half of the health that we currently had. We're down to 56. Imagine not having that amazing armor that we have, and trying to go against these foes. Admittedly, the game gives you that armor right before you get to here. It'd be very difficult for you not to have it. There we go. We are now here. And here is going to be the way we've already come from. We have turned around. That's not surprising considering how much we ran up and down that corridor. Let us go this way instead. Carefully. For there is still the possibility that there may be foes in here. Let's be cautious. Take 1 step at a time and ready ourselves. For nothing. That's good. Imagine if the game had thrown you something different here, like, hey, here's an Otague! A shadowy Otague! Fortunately, I don't think there are any more of them in the game. Here is a healing potion. And one of these potions. And another potion. And that's pretty much it. It's not bad, though. We can always do with more consumable healing resources. But when we come back, folks, we have all of this area left to explore. And explore it we shall. For we have to explore the entirety of the Palace of Shadows. We actually have all that we need to progress right now, but clearing out this area is good, if only to see what magic will be on that scroll that we found in the other half. Remember that we found a scroll around about here-ish, or was it there? Either way, we found a scroll here. We really want to find another scroll. Maybe it's an even better spell. There's only one way to find out, though, and that's to go and read it. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, for when we come back, more of the Palace of Shadows. That said, soon we'll be going into here, and here is a dangerous area all its own. And I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.